Imagine waking up every morning, and before you even get out of bed, a voice inside your head whispers, "You can't do it. You're not good enough. Who do you think you are?" That voice is the single biggest obstacle between you and the life you want to live. But what if I told you that in the next few minutes, we could permanently change that voice? Because the greatest minds in psychology have discovered something incredible. Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, believed that within each of us lies the potential for who we truly want to become. The problem is, most people never recognize it. They look in the mirror and see a weak, fragile version of themselves, completely missing the giant within. If you are ready to wake up that giant, to find the unshakable confidence that sets you apart from the crowd, then keep watching. Today, we aren't talking about motivational fluff. We are talking about the science, the history, and the psychology of how to build real, lasting confidence. 1. The Mindset Factory. You are what you think. Let's start with a fundamental question. What is confidence? Most people think it's a feeling, something you either have or you don't. That is completely wrong. Dr. Carol Dweck, a world-renowned psychologist at Stanford University, spent decades researching this. She discovered that our brains operate on one of two mindsets, a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe their intelligence and talent are static. They see themselves as a steel rod, you can't bend it. So when they face failure or a challenge, they break. They think, "I guess I'm just not smart enough." But people with a growth mindset understand that the brain is like a muscle. Just like you go to the gym to build your biceps, you can practice and train to build your intelligence and skills. This single belief is the foundation of all confidence. Let's look at a historical example. You know Thomas Edison, right? He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." If Edison had a fixed mindset, he would have given up after the first 100 failures. He would have said, "I'm just not meant to invent the light bulb." But because he had a growth mindset, he saw every failure as a learning opportunity, a step closer to success. So, how do you change your mindset? It starts with your internal dialogue. The next time you catch yourself thinking, "I can't do this," stop and rephrase it. Pause. Add the word "yet." Say, "I can't do this yet, but I am learning." That simple shift changes your brain from a state of defeat to a state of possibility. Number 2, the magic of discomfort, leaving your comfort zone. So, you've fixed your mindset, but now comes the biggest hurdle, fear. Psychologists call this the comfort zone. Our brains are wired for survival, not for success. They hate uncertainty. When you try something new, your brain releases cortisol, a stress hormone, to scare you and keep you safe in the familiar. But successful people have learned to master this fear. Abraham Maslow, the famous American psychologist who created the hierarchy of needs, said that the ultimate human need is self-actualization, becoming the best version of yourself. And you can only achieve that by breaking the boundaries of your comfort zone. Think about Albert Einstein. When he was developing his theory of relativity, most physicists of the time laughed at him. He was thinking outside the box of classical physics. If Einstein had stayed in his comfort zone, afraid of criticism, we might never understand the universe the way we do today. The psychology behind this is simple: dopamine. Every time you face a fear and do it anyway, your brain rewards you with a shot of dopamine. It's a chemical that makes you feel good and builds momentum. So, here is your strategy. Every single day, do one small thing that scares you. Give a 2-minute presentation in the mirror. Ask a question in a meeting. Sign up for a class on a topic you know nothing about. Remember, confident people aren't people who don't feel fear. Confident people are the ones who feel the fear and do it anyway. 3. The invisible power of your environment. You are the average of your 5 friends. We've talked about your inner world. Now let's talk about your outer world. The late great American motivational speaker Jim Rohn said one of the most profound truths ever. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about it. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Are they dreamers? Do they lift you up, or do they shoot down your ideas with negativity? If you are surrounded by cynics, you will become a cynic. This isn't magic, it's neuroscience. It's called the mirror neuron effect. Our brains have special cells that mimic the emotions and behaviors of the people around us. If you hang out with happy, ambitious people, your brain gets the fuel to be happy and ambitious. If you hang out with people who complain and are stuck, your brain starts walking that same path. Look at history. When Alexander the Great set out to conquer the world, he didn't go alone. He surrounded himself with an army of loyal, ambitious generals and the teachings of Aristotle. That environment made him stronger. So, your third strategy is to audit your circle. Take a hard look at the people in your life. Pause. If someone is constantly draining your energy or making your dreams feel small, you need to create some distance. This isn't cruelty, it's self-preservation. You need to find your tribe, people who challenge you, support you, and see the giant in you, even when you can't see it yourself. A healthy tree cannot grow in poisoned soil, and a healthy mind cannot grow in a toxic environment. 4. The secret weapon, the art of embracing failure. Finally, let's talk about the thing everyone tries to avoid: failure. We are so terrified of it that we often don't even start. But high achievers see failure completely differently. They know that failure is not the opposite of success, it is a part of success. We already mentioned Edison. Let's look at J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. Before she became a billionaire, her first book was rejected by 12 different publishers. 12 times she was told, "Your story isn't good enough, it won't sell." For most people, that would have crushed their confidence forever. But Rowling didn't quit. She believed in her story. She used the rejection as a teacher, refining her work. On the 13th try, she succeeded and changed children's literature forever. Psychologists call this anti-fragility. It's the idea that some things actually get stronger when they are stressed or knocked down, like a muscle. You go to the gym and you literally tear your muscle fibers, but as they heal, they grow back stronger. Your confidence works the exact same way. Every failure, if you analyze it correctly, makes you mentally stronger. So, the final strategy is to depersonalize failure. When you fail, don't beat yourself up. Instead, sit down and ask yourself 4 questions. Where exactly did I go wrong? Be specific. What can I learn from this experience? What will I do differently next time? How can this failure actually help me grow? Remember, the darkest hour is just before dawn. Behind your biggest failure is your biggest success waiting to happen. Don't give up. So, to wrap up, we've learned 4 powerful science-backed strategies to build unshakable confidence. Shift your mindset from fixed to growth. Step out of your comfort zone every single day. Curate a positive and ambitious environment. Embrace failure as a teacher, not an enemy. If you can apply these 4 principles to your life, you won't just find confidence, you will become confidence. If you enjoyed this deep dive into psychology and self-improvement, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. We have upcoming videos on how to control your brain, how to master your memory, and how to find true peace in a chaotic world. Until you know yourself, the world will never know you. Know yourself, build yourself.